Our chief Washington correspondent, Jon Karl. Rachel Scott is covering the campaigns. Jon, let me begin with you. Quite a show of force by the Democrats last night. A president, a first lady, two massive crowds.
George, this was an electrifying night for delegates here and for Democrats across the country. And look, it is exceedingly rare to see something genuinely new at one of these national political conventions. But the organizers pulled that off when you saw Kamala Harris simultaneously address a packed convention hall in Milwaukee, where Republicans had rallied last month, and here in Chicago. And the messaging, that there was something new in the messaging as well. As Barack Obama particularly tried to address Americans who are sick and tired of our deeply divided politics, doing that while simultaneously issuing a brutal takedown on Donald Trump, but also trying to appeal to the people what Obama called the regular folks who have turned out. And George, that part of the messaging has been backed up here in Chicago every single night, and will continue tonight and tomorrow by featuring Republican speakers. Last night, the Republican mayor of Mesa, Arizona, and even former Trump White House press secretary Stephanie Grisham.
One thing that is clear for the Obamas, this is personal.
It's personal, and this is not just a matter of two speeches last night. I was told by a person close to President Obama that he intends to be out on the campaign trail in a way that we really haven't seen since he was running for his own re-election in 2012. The message that Barack Obama has given to the Harris-Walz campaign is that he will go anywhere they want him to go. He will campaign with Kamala Harris, with Tim Walz. He will do solo events. He will be on the campaign trail this fall.
And Rachel, both Donald Trump and J.D. Vance out in the battleground states yesterday.
Exactly, George, and it comes as Republicans, even some of Trump's inner circle, have really been urging the former president to leave behind those personal insults, to start focusing on the issues, to stay on message. So first, we saw the former president talk about the economy, then turning to crime. Today, he'll be out in North Carolina with his running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, focused on national security. Polls show that he does have an advantage on Kamala Harris on most of those issues, but she is performing better than President Biden did. It is notable, George, that after years of pushing false birther claims about former President Barack Obama, Donald Trump did not attack him, did not attack either of the Obamas and the immediate aftermath of that speech last night. But look, this has been a very rough 3 weeks for the former president's campaign, and we have new numbers out this morning that show that Vice President Kamala Harris has significantly outraised Donald Trump, bringing in nearly $250 million in July. Donald Trump's campaign bringing in just about $78 million, George.
What a change in 1 month. Okay, Rachel Scott, Jon Karl, thanks very much. ABC News is covering the Democratic National Convention in Chicago tonight in prime time, streaming on ABC News Live at 7 Eastern, then here on the network at 9.